at night, but I didn't succeed in hitchhiking from Elista. I stuck at the highway in the middle of the night, met some random hitchhikers, we collaborated together, but at just one moment the entire electricity in the area cut off for some reasons, and we became invisible on the road. So there were no chances for us to be given a lift. We basically asked an owner of Road Cafe to let us overnight there, and he allowed us to do it. In the morning we split it up eventually. I was the first one who managed to hitchhike, and currently I'm at my hitchhiking destination. The task for now is to get to railway station and essentially catch a train to Dagestan. I believe it's doable here. A freight train is arriving at the station from Dagestan. So this is how Kalmyk traditional cabin looks like. This one is probably abandoned, but it used to be a house, or at least a part of it. The roof here is made of natural material. So the train to Makhachkala is departing. I decided to skip it because its final destination is Makhachkala, but I want to go directly to Derbent. So 1.5 hours later, no trains in the direction of Dagestan appeared, and therefore I made the decision to sleep in this cabin right here at this spot, and I continue my journey at night, and hopefully there will be some trains. Alright guys, I eventually hopped on the train that heading directly to the capital of Azerbaijan, to the city of Baku. Right here is pretty much comfortable. These are sort of asbest concrete blocks. I'm not sure what the purpose of this freight. Maybe they're used as construction material, who knows. The idea is to get to the city of Derbent in Dagestan, to the oldest city in Russia, by this train. Well, approximately it can take up to 12 hours. The distance is circa 450 kilometers, so pretty doable, I assume. The wind above the freight is incredible, and the only thing I can do is to sit down here, because it's impossible, man. It can just fly me off here. Have stopped at the next station after Artesian, probably to pass oncoming trains. Electrificated stretch and approaching station. Here is gonna be a locomotive change, so electric locomotive is going to be attached to our train. Alright, so the locomotive has been changed. Now our train is pulled by electric locomotive. back. Welcome to Derbent. So we are in Derbent, probably the oldest city in Russia. Its altar is about 2000 years. Despite the fact that this city is quite old, it's getting better year by year. You can see some new high-rises, public places are being improved. This is the concept of future city park. You can notice the magnificent connection between old and new, and in case if it will be realized in real life, that would be perfect. What a pleasure actually to find myself literally in spring, because the temperatures +7, +8 are common for my region in spring, in March and April. But today is the 6th of January. Tomorrow is gonna be Christmas Day. Pretty awesome gift for Christmas. Jesus Christ, this Christmas tree is massive. It's even bigger than any Christmas tree in any Russian city. It seems to be the downtown of Derbent, with old architecture and old buildings. A little bit trashed, but not at all. So this is one of the streets leading to the castle of Derbent, and it's getting improved at the moment. They kind of doing sort of pedestrian zone here. That's actually pleasant to understand that sometimes government understand the necessity of good public places and things made for people, not for cars. One of the specifics of such old buildings, when you have an old window, you have shutters inside it, but not outside. Sometimes people here struggle with water, so there is additional water reservoir on top of the roof. I'm eventually at hitchhiking paradise. This is how I call the Republic of Dagestan, because just before you stick your thumb up, the car stops. This is how I managed to get here, 20 kilometers from Derbent.
The Lun-class Ekranoplan is a ground effect vehicle used by the Soviet and Russian navies from 1987 until the late 90s. It flew using the lift generated by the ground effect of its large wings, when within about 4 meters above the surface of the water. Although they might look similar to regular aircraft and have related technical characteristics, Ekranoplans like the Lun are not aircraft or seaplanes. They are maritime ships. Lun-class Ekranoplan was also nicknamed the Caspian Sea Monster. Equipped for anti-surface warfare, it carried the Mosquito-guided missile. 6 missile launchers were mounted in pairs on the dorsal surface of its fuselage with advanced tracking systems mounted in its nose and tail. The only model of this class ever built, the Loon, entered service with the Black Sea Fleet in 1987. It was retired in the late 90s and sat unused at a naval station in Kaspiysk until 2020. In July 2020, Loon was towed from Kaspiysk naval base to Derbent, Dagestan. It will be put on display at the planned Patriot Park. The journey was approximately 100 kilometers across the Caspian Sea. Moving the Ekranoplan required the use of rubber pontoons, 3 tugboats and 2 escort vessels. The vehicle got stuck in the sandy beach on the shore of the Caspian Sea, just south of the town of Derbent. The vehicle was too heavy to be pulled off the sand, and the managing team was not properly equipped, so the Ekranoplan was secured and stayed on the beach for the next 5 months, becoming a local attraction. Groundworks and a new attempt in December 2020 finally resulted in the plane being moved some 20-30 meters from the sea.